Welcome to the first episode of Popcorn Perspectives. I'm Lailey.
And I'm Haylee. On this podcast, we'll be talking about multiple movie series and then reviewing them along with any Easter eggs or fun facts they may have.
Today we will be reviewing the Disney Pixar series Cars. The Cars series has 3 movies: Cars 1 released in 2006, Cars 2 in 2011, and Cars 3 in 2017.
Joining us later on this episode will be Paige Bardo.
Now for a quick recap of Cars 1. Here's a quick recap of Cars 1. Cars 1 is about a rookie race car named Lightning McQueen. After tying with the King and Chick Hicks for the Piston Cup, he must travel to California for a rematch between the 3 cars. On McQueen's trip to Cali, he gets separated from his trailer truck, Mac. While trying to find Mac, he ends up destroying a small town called Radiator Springs when running away from the cop named Sheriff. While in this town, he makes many new friends like Mater, Doc Hudson, and Sally, who he begins to like as more than a friend. Mater helps Lightning see the true value of real friends, and his crush on Sally encourages him to be a better car. After learning Doc used to be the famous race car, the Hudson Hornet, he is encouraged to learn from him and respect him. After McQueen's time repairing the town, he has made lifelong friends, found a mentor, and learned many life lessons.
Now for a Cars 2 recap. Sir Miles Axelrod has recently invented a new plant-based gas, all in order to make the alternative fuels look bad. Axelrod creates races inviting some of the best racers from around the world to show the benefits of his fuel. However, this race isn't what it seems. Throughout the races, many of the car's engines explode as the fuel is designed to blow up when hit by a special camera. While Lightning McQueen is racing, Mater is found by spies searching for what is blowing up the cars, and he convinces them that he is also a spy. As the last race approaches, McQueen is the only racer still running on all and has become the main target. Mater has been kidnapped, and the cars behind it all are growing in confidence. Somehow, when McQueen is hit by the camera, the engine does not blow up, and Plan B is set to put into place. Mater escapes oddly easily, leaving suspicion between the 2 other kidnapped spies. As Mater rushes to save Lightning McQueen, he realizes that there's a bomb under his hood, and that bomb is the Plan B. In order to turn off the bomb, they must figure out who set it up. However, all they have is a picture of the car's motor. After all of the things Mater learned with the spies and his lemon knowledge, the clues come together, and he realizes that Sir Axelrod himself was actually behind it all.
And finally, a quick recap of Cars 3. New rookies with new technology are taking the lead of the racing industry, and McQueen is still pushing to be the best. As the new competition pushes him to be faster and faster, he ends up in a bad wreck, putting him out for months. McQueen sits around Radiator Springs, wishing for Doc and sulking in his condition. Sally has quickly grown sick of his attitude and inspires him to get back out there. When McQueen does, he finds out his sponsors, Rusty's, have sold their company, and he would now be training under Sterling. McQueen realizes this isn't the training he needs, and after trying and training with his trainer Cruz, he only wants Doc. He realizes he needs to visit Doc's mentor Smokey in North Carolina. McQueen and Cruz spend days training with Smokey, building up Lightning's confidence and skills, only for them to be knocked back down right before his most important race. As he is pushing to do his best in the race, he realizes he can't. McQueen pulls himself and puts his number on Cruz, giving her shot to be a racer. Cruz is doing her best, but the other racers are getting in her head. In this moment, McQueen knows it's his time to take Doc's place and become Cruz's mentor.
Now we're going to have Paige come on so we can get her perspective on all of this.
Come on in, Paige.
Hi.
So, yeah. Hey Paige, welcome to Popcorn Perspectives.
Hello, thank you for having me.
So after watching the 3 Cars movies, we're going to start with some Easter eggs that you might not have noticed or you might have, and then we're going to ask your opinion on them.
Okay. Great. Do you want to start reading some or do you want me to?
I can.
Okay.
So, in one of the chases,
Mm-hmm.
you can see car versions of Mike and Sully watching in the background. And it was in Cars 2, because it was in one of the spy chases.
I did not notice that.
I
really did not notice that.
That one was very...
Yeah, I don't think I noticed that.
I barely noticed it, and I think the only reason I did notice it is because I was looking for the list.
Yeah, because you were doing it.
See, I watched Cars many times, and that is definitely one that I've not noticed yet. So that's very interesting.
So the next Easter egg is that there's a special character in one of the Cars movies, and it shows up in all of Pixar's movies, and it is the Pizza Planet truck.
I've noticed that.
I don't think I've noticed that.
I've actually noticed that. The first time I really noticed it is when Luca came out, and then I was like, oh wait. And I kind of look back and it's like a bunch of different versions of them. I've noticed that, which is actually really cool how they incorporate all the movies together as in like one universe.
Yeah. McQueen's number. Do you know what's behind that or no?
No, I do not.
Well, his number is 95, and 1995 was when Pixar came out with their first full-length movie.
So Chick Hicks' number, 86, right, is the year that Pixar was founded, 1986. It's cool. We love dates. Another date that's involved is the number 84 on the Apple branded race car, which is the year that Steve Jobs started selling their first computers.
Wow. So there's an Apple branded car in one of the...
I think it's in the first one.
I think so
in
too.
the first movie, because he's racing Dynaco.
I think so too. And it's white and it has the Apple logo on it.
I'll definitely look for that next time I watch the movie.
I think you should.
Okay. In the mud pit? Is that
the mud pit race? Yes.
Yeah. Okay.
With the big school bus.
Yeah. Okay. In the mud pit, there's an insurance poster for The Incredibles, and it's insurance is Bob's workplace.
Insuracare, I think.
Insuracare is Bob's workplace.
Yeah,
that's cool. I noticed that. I'm
pretty sure he has like notebooks and like papers that it says on.
I didn't see Cars 3 before watching this.
Really?
I thought I had, but then I was watching it and I'm like, never seen this in my life.
So I absolutely love Incredibles. So
they're good
I did
movies.
not realize that was in there. These are pretty well hidden then, because I notice usually a lot of like Easter eggs.
Another Incredibles one, the Incredibles movie on the movie theater sign in Radiator Springs. I didn't know Radiator Springs had a movie theater.
Wait, it did? They watch it. They watch. I'm pretty sure. They watch the Toy Car Story. During the Toy Car Story, Mac, McQueen's trailer.
Okay.
The voice actor for Mac, has been in every Pixar movie since 1995.
Oh, that's cool.
That is cool.
And if you think about that, that was the first full-length movie. So he's been in everything, and he was the pig in Toy Story. So when they were watching Toy Car Story, he made a joke, and he was like, "Oh my gosh, that pig is a really good actor," because he was complimenting himself.
I love that. That's so cute.
Lightyear tires, that's the brand of the tires that McQueen uses. And that's a buzz reference in the name. And then also, if you zoom in on one of the pit stops, you can see on the tire, it says Section 4 Gamma Quadrant. Oh, that's Buzz says that's where he's stationed.
Yeah, that's where he's from.
I don't think I heard Buzz say that. Like, that part I didn't get.
It's in the new Lightyear movie. I've talked about it a lot.
Yeah. When Mac is driving to go to California and he has McQueen in the back, Mac tries to stop so he can rest before going to California because he's really tired. And they pass the truck stop. And at the truck stop, if you look on the trucks, they all have at least 2 letters or a logo. And those logos represent Toy Story, Incredibles, Monster Inc., and Finding Nemo.
There's a lot of Monsters Inc. and a lot of Incredibles references in the movies I'm noticing.
Yeah, there are. I think it's cool. And then one more that's like kind of really overall. The number A113 can be found in tons of Disney movies.
I think it's in every Pixar movie.
Yeah.
I think I've found it in most of the Pixar movies. I haven't watched every single Pixar movie.
It was actually the number for Boo's door, I'm pretty sure, too, in Monsters, Inc.
Yeah.
It was the number that they had to call for her door.
And the reason for this is the classroom that students studying for animation at CalArts would learn in, and a lot of those students go on to work for Pixar and Disney. What's your favorite movie out of the 3?
Out of the 3? My favorite has got to be definitely the first one, because I feel like it's such like a classic, you can't beat it. And
I agree.
I feel like the second one is okay. The third one is better than the second one, but like
the second one's the worst, honestly.
Oh yeah.
I think the second one was really off topic.
It
was.
Where
did that come from?
I think it could have been a good movie if it was like a Cars, and then like some other title, not Cars 2.
Also, considering how they just like went right into a different storyline completely. Yeah. Kind of throws
I honestly really liked Cars 3. Like, I don't think I've seen it before this, and I think with three brothers, I've seen Cars hundreds of times to the point it was almost painful to watch it again for this because it's been dramatically overplayed. So I gotta say my favorite might be the third one.
See, mine's the first.
I don't know. I think my favorite is the first one too, just because I like the message that it gives.
Me too.
Yeah, it does give a really good message.
Really important message. Like, when you're watching it as a little kid, you might not realize it, but when you pick up on it, like, once you're grown up, you realize, man, like, that actually could have, like, shaped me in a way.
I absolutely love Doc. That's
I cried while watching the third one. In the first one.
You told me about this.
Not the second one. The second one was just like,
too. I think I cried once or twice.
But like the third one, I cried a lot. Like the third one,
especially when they took away my favorite character.
Yeah, I cried during that.
So, Doc is your favorite character? Yes. What about you?
I don't know. I gotta go with the standard Lightning McQueen.
Honestly, I gotta say Mater.
I agree with you on that one.
I might be a little country for that one, but I gotta say Mater. It's so. He's just amazing.
He's funny.
He's funny.
I feel like I can relate to the way that McQueen really changes his...
He really does.
Like, he starts as, like, a self-confident, like...
cocky little...
I'm arrogant. Better than you.
Yeah.
And then he ends as, like, well, I don't want to be better than you.
Yeah.
Like, yes, I want to win, and yes, I want to be noticed.
But I want to learn.
But I want to grow as a person.
Yeah.
Also, how he mostly goes from being, like, all selfish and everything, he goes immediately to wanting to help.
Yeah, he literally said, like, I'm a one-man show. And then he switched to, I want to be with everyone at Radio Years.
Yes.
So.
Yeah. I think I can relate to how dumb Mater is. The driving backwards, definitely gonna be me.
That'll be me as well. Listen, I get my license in a few months, so.
Oh god, scared for when I get on the roads. But, like, I love Mater. The tractor tipping, love it.
Yes.
Love it, it's so funny. What do we think could have been done better?
The second movie.
The second
movie. I think the second movie, and then I feel like the third movie could have been a little bit.
The second movie is a good movie, but it shouldn't have been considered Cars 2.
It shouldn't have been, because people have been waiting like years.
And then it was like, this is like a Cars 1 all over again.
Yeah, I feel like it reinstated the story, like it retold the Cars 1 story in a different way.
Yeah, it didn't fit the storyline that they already had.
Yeah.
They decided,
like you could watch Cars 1 and 3.
Honestly, personally, now, like, what if they had a different director? Or like a different creator? Because if they did, I feel like that could have...
Is it appropriate for me to Google that right now?
Storyline.
I mean, you can do whatever you want.
Okay, hold up. I want to Google that.
Because I feel like the storyline change was so abrupt that something had to have changed between those dates.
Exactly, because there's no way that... I feel like...
I'm just now thinking of this.
So, Cars 1 was directed by John... I'm going to say this wrong. Lasseter?
Let me see.
Lasseter?
Alright, and then...
Lasseter
or something like that.
Cars 2. No, it was directed by the same person.
What about the writer? Because the director's just on set.
Yeah.
The writer and the graffiters?
Okay, so...
This is why you can't have me in here,
Cars, the story was by... Cars 1 was... The story was by John Lasseter, Joe Ramft, and Jorgen Colbin.
Yeah.
Okay.
We probably butchered the names.
Those names were definitely...
Yeah, I mean, that's how I would have pronounced them.
Cars 2 was written by John Lasseter, Brad Lewis, and Dan Fogelman.
Okay.
So there's the change.
I'm gonna
definitely shift it. Who's the writers for the third one?
That's what I'm looking up. Did you just have done it before?
No.
Oh, okay. So, none of the other dudes. Cars 3 was written by Brian Fee, Eyal Podal, that was definitely not right, Ben Queen, that one was easy, Jonathan E. Stewart.
Okay.
I
think they did very good.
I think they really were able to write this.
I think the first one, I really liked the storyline. I think the writers for the second one probably didn't realize how bad they were screwing up the storyline.
Yes.
And then I think the creators realized, hey, we don't want these new writers. Like, they're changing our storyline. Mm-hmm. So then they got new people, and these new people saw how bad they screwed up and learned. I think that's
why they didn't keep John Lasseter on the writing.
I think that probably.
Is that safe to look up too?
I wonder if
yeah, I think he probably did that.
I wonder if the reason why the third movie got so much hype is because so many people like. I wonder if the first movie. I wonder if the third movie got like everyone's hopes up because of the first movie, and then the second one kind of not being that good.
They were hoping that they were gonna fix it.
Yeah. So I think that. When they had to redo the writers, I think they did a very good choice for the third one. Second one could have been a little.
I think that's probably why they got rid of the second one.
Yeah, that and yeah.
Also, I think of mostly when people think of like the Cars series, they only think of the first and third one.
To be honest, I completely. Well, like I said, I haven't seen the third one prior to this, so I was always like. Everyone would talk crap about the second one, and I'm like, I don't know what the second one is, because in my mind I'm thinking I've seen the third one, and I actually haven't, but I really liked it.
Yeah, so
I don't know. In my mind, when I think about Cars, I do only think about the first one and the third. When I think about Cars, I don't think about spies.
If someone was like
hey,
James
Bond kind of style.
Yeah.
What do you think of the Cars movie? I'd go right to the first one.
Yeah.
Easter egg. You said James Bond. Did you know? Actually, really?
I think so, yeah.
Well, the silver car, I'm blanking on his name.
In which movie?
The second one.
Finn McMissile?
Yes. Yes, Finn McMissile, I don't think I included it, because I didn't think it was going to come up. But Finn McMissile's car was based off of one of his cars.
James Bond's?
Mm-hmm.
That's cool.
One of his sports cars. It was based off many different sports cars, but most of it was off of James Bond's car.
The classic, like, gray.
Yeah.
That's cool.
One. That is actually minutes. Wait, hold on. Aston Martin, his grandchildren was the voice of the detector.
That's cool. Who is he?
I don't know. That's what I'm trying to figure out, is who he is.
Did he play James Bond?
No.
Look him up. Aston Martin in Cars.
Well, that's not who did it. It was his grandson. He's actually a luxurious British sports car designer.
Oh. Okay.
So he makes cars. He manufactures cars, and so his grandson was the voice of it.
That's cool.
Was the actor for the silver car. That's actually really cool. I was like, I knew the name from somewhere. I just couldn't figure out where it was from.
That is
cool. I pulled an Easter egg on you guys.
So maybe that's why there's so many different sports cars put into Finn McMissile.
Mm-hmm.
It's because
probably
they know about so many different sports cars.
That's cool.
That's cool. Alright, so I think we hit all the main talking points. Is there anything else?
So all of the creators went on a road trip before the film on Route 66 because the first movie is themed all around Route 66 and how it got built around Radiator Springs.
I think that's really cool to like experience it.
Yeah, so when they went on the trip, they learned a lot about it and got really inspired by it. And they named Mater after a guy they met on the trip.
That's
Mater
cool.
is named after someone on Route 66.
That's so.
That would be so cool. Just sitting there meeting a bunch of these people that he might have not even known that they were part of Disney, like Pixar.
And now your name is just in the movie.
Now you're a big part of like Pixar.
You're
history.
essentially history. Like
it's not even like that's history right there. Not.
I think more people should know about that's really cool.
Yeah,
that's really cool. Because when you think of Pixar, you think of like you think of like Mater or Lightning McQueen.
Excuse me, popcorn in my throat.
Or like Mike and Sully in Toy Story.
Thank you so much for coming to talk to us today about your opinions and Easter eggs.
Thank you very much for having me.
We hope you had fun with Popcorn Perspectives.
Do I have to leave?
Thank you for listening to this episode of Popcorn Perspectives. Now we're going to give you a few seconds to guess what we're going to talk about next.
We've put Easter eggs in it, like our other movies separately do it. Next episode, we will be talking about Monsters, Inc. and Monsters University, so make sure you stay tuned to hear about that with another fun guest.
Can we put bloopers? Is that allowed?
Bloopers! Take a breath.
Take a breath.
Take a breath.
Alright, we're recording. Don't say anything mean about him.
I love you, Mr. Simmons. You're my favorite person in like the entire world.
Lightning McQueen.
Excuse me, popcorn in my throat.
Or like Mike.
You need to.
Okay, go ahead.
These now. Now or never.
I can't.
You should have just went with it. And sulking in his condition. Sally has quickly grown sick of his attitude and inspired and Lightning would start training under Sterling. McQueen faster and faster and I can see you out of the corner of my eye.
I wasn't doing anything.
I need to turn this camera on. Yes, so that you're not in the shot. Okay.
That's nasty.
Oh wait.
Full length.
Oh!
Length movie. Oh, okay. Check X.
No. With the big school bus.
Yeah. Okay,
Oh.
in the mud pit, on the movie theater sign in Radiator Springs. I don't know Radiator, the stop trucks reference. What exactly?
Is that English?
Haley.
Okay, I'll do this one.
Honestly, I got it.
Rapidors?
That is actually really cool.
I'm glad I can work an Easter egg in there.
Cut out the part where I said
Actually-
James Bond, Mike. Can I check that real quick? Can I fact check? Okay.
Yeah. You can Google.
What?